Hi all, Bones here from AusBSA Bantams again, and we're continuing on with trying to sort out the problems with this race bike. I'm going to go through some carby changes first before I do anything. My theory is that from when the engine was potentially sucking gearbox oil, we'd leaned it out a bit because some of the oil was being combusted. So I'll have a bit of a play around with the jets and see if I can get this thing running properly again. So what I'm just doing now is changing out the main jet. I can't remember what size I've got in there, but I'm going to go a fraction smaller and just see how we go. Alright, I've had a play with some jets and it's not working. So my suspicions are it's very oily on the plug, and that may be because it's not running right, or it's still sucking gearbox oil through, which I'm hoping it's not. So I'm going to take off the left hand cover and go through retorque all the screws in the crankcase and just see what happens. I have had it running, and it was running not too bad, but it sort of just lost it a bit. It's still like it's losing crankcase compression. So we're running out of options short of taking the engine back out and pulling it down again and having another look. Gotta love old bikes, don't you? So as you can see, the engine's no longer in the bike. I've decided to pull it apart again. There was something I probably should have checked last time when I had the engine apart that I didn't, and that's the seal between your two bearings on your drive side. See whether there's any issue with that. But I mean, I'm about to take the head off and I'll see how oily it is, but I'm pretty sure I've got a crankcase leak and it's sucking the gearbox oil in. So, but we'll soon find out once we get the head off. We'll get into it and have a look. That's the oil running down the piston. There's a fair bit there. That's the amount of oil sitting in just one half of the crankcase. I'm just looking through there into the seal between the two drive bearings. It sort of looks alright, but I'm still going to change it out. And looking at all the sealant around the edge there, it looks alright. However, our problematic screw hole there was pretty tight coming out. I think I did put sealant there just to make sure as well, so it just might have been the drag on that. So decisions. Now the thing is, the reason I want to try and keep these cases is because they have been modified around the transfers because it is a race engine. So I will persist with these cases, run a straight edge over them just to make sure that everything's all kosher there, and see how we go. That's a lot of oil though, isn't it? Okay, so after yesterday's effort, I've had a good look at the cases and a good look at the seal. The seal looks fine, which only leaves one option left, and that's the cases. So I've run a straight edge over that, had a good look, and I really can't find anything that's definitive. So I've had this engine together twice now, so we're going to go for another set of engine cases. So I've got Justin just cleaning up some cases now. I have to go in and modify the transfer ports. So I've got a die grinder set up and everything like that I can do that with. So that's what we're going to do. Throw another set of engine cases in, and hopefully that'll... So what I've done is I've just we've got one case not perfectly clean because I've got to do some die grinding. So you can see around here the bare metal area that's not marked out in blue. So Prussian blue on there, put your barrel studs in, drop your barrel on, and then that way we can get the transfers perfectly lined up. So I'll go and start die grinding now, but that's match porting. And over here Just scrubbing out the other case, getting that ready. Just getting ready to drop the clutch in. Need a case drain plug, and I've just got it on its side so I can lock wire the case drain plugs up. Engine's back in the bike. All there is to do now is have a go at trying to start it. Hopefully it runs all right.
Just bring that back in.
Hey?
Just bring that back in.
Righto, as you just saw, we fixed it. It's definitely running heaps better. I have to get the main jets and the pilot jet back to something that is reasonably standard for this, and because I was playing around with it when I rebuilt the engine the last time, but this is definitely a whole heap better. The reason it didn't start on the first run was because I had the bloody sliding back the front, it was hung up a bit, so as soon as we did that, fired straight up, and it's been firing up ever since. So, as I said, not having an easy starting engine is a bit of a telltale for a crankcase seal issue, but I've had enough for today. So next job will be to start playing around with jets and taking this for a run and give it a bit of running, but pretty happy. For the life of me, I had a really good look at the original cases that were in it, and I really couldn't find anything that was wrong. So it's just going to be one of those life's mysteries that you'll probably never find out, but that's how it goes. So that's about it for now. I'll give it a few days and I'll get back into it. For all those people that have subscribed recently, thank you very much. To all my other subscribers, thank you as well. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of torture, and I'll keep you posted as to how this goes when we tune it up. So from all of us at Oz Bantams, see you later.